Here's what we do know. Now, forget for a second that we haven't seen the tape of the encounter. What's even crazier is that Michael Irvin hasn't seen it either. Marriott will not release it to him.
Marriott is above the law because I still haven't seen this tape. I haven't seen this tape. I want to see what I'm being accused of, why I've had put my whole life on hold, why my family had to endure it. And if I did something wrong, I'll suffer the consequences of me doing something wrong. But if you did something wrong, you meaning them, then they should suffer the consequences.
Right. Let me put in that graphic again that we missed of exactly what we do know about what happened. February 5th, he was accused of, quote, harassing and inappropriate comments. He was then kicked out of the hotel. He was suspended from the NFL Network. Now, regarding the tape, it's hard to know what happens next. A judge overseeing the suit ruled last week that Marriott has to provide them with the tape. The deadline was Tuesday. They still don't have the tape as of tonight. Irwin's attorney said he was allowed to watch a short portion of it at the Marriott attorney offices, but was not given a copy, wasn't allowed to make one. Here's how he described what he saw.
When they first greet each other, they shake hands, and Michael starts to talk to her. Michael, in this interaction, touches her a sum total of 4 times. He shakes her hand at the beginning. He shakes her hand at the end. He one time touches her on the elbow, as many of you who have interviewed Michael knows he does when he talks, for a very brief moment. And one other time, he buckles over laughing, and he kind of brushes her with his hand against her other elbow. That is it.
Wild. Now, look, Irvin's not a choir boy, right? 2007, accused of sexual battery, settled out of court in 2011. 2001, arrested for felony cocaine possession, though the charges were later dropped. 2000, arrested on a misdemeanor drug charge. 96, he pleaded no contest to cocaine possession. But he's also been falsely accused of sexual assault on 2 separate occasions. One of the women withdrew it and said it was false. Another one, judge, said that the court believed it. But now he's been suspended and publicly shamed with a complete lack of due process or evidence. Also in attendance at Irvin's press conference were 2 men who say they witnessed the 90-second encounter between Irvin and the female employee. Joining us now is one of those men, Bryn Davis, who says he witnessed the encounter in the lobby. Bryn, thanks a lot for coming on the show. Appreciate it. All right, tell us what you saw.
I didn't see much. So we were at the bar that night for a business meeting around 10 o'clock, and we had noticed that Michael was across the bar. I'm from Philadelphia, so I grew up watching Michael. And we offered him a drink. We told the bartender, can we grab Michael a drink? Michael came over and said, hey, I have to be up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I can't have a drink tonight, but thank you very much. Brief conversation, took some pictures outside, and as he walked in, he was met with a young woman that worked at the bar. She's either a bartender or a waitress, and they had a super quick conversation. I mean, I'm surprised if it was even a minute long. Laughing back and forth. Michael went up to his room, went up to the elevator, and she went back to work, and that was the end of that. And then 2 days later, I read in the paper that, there was sexual misconduct, et cetera. I looked at my phone and realized it was in the same few minutes that I was actually with Michael, and I was just blown away.
So when you say that they looked like they were having a friendly interchange, how confident are you of that? Meaning, could you have missed something, et cetera?
No. It was, a handful of feet away from me. And it was just, asking if he was Michael Irvin. He said yes, just, pleasantries back and forth. And nobody responded in any odd way afterwards. I mean, like right when they were done speaking, she went right back to work. There was no issue whatsoever. I was surprised by the whole encounter.
And you actually called into a sports show when you heard what was happening, right?
Well, no, I was there covering it, and I was there with Tony Bruno, who's been a sports president for quite a while.
Oh, got it.
And just coincidentally, I was connected with Michael's agent, who kind of quizzed me to make sure that I was actually there and telling the truth, and it went on from there.
All right. This is a bizarre story. We're going to stay on it. I don't understand exactly how we are where we are. I don't quite understand how he got pulled from the NFL Network for this without any investigation into what happened. We need to know more. But anyway, Bryn Davis, thanks a lot for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Coming
No
up.
problem, no problem.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.